Hello traders, this is Rich from tradesight. Here's a look at the market leading ETFs. This is going to be for the week of September 22nd, 2014. We're going to see a particular theme here. We've got some got some good volume brewing here, but most of that's going to be expiration related, as we're going to see throughout the scans here. That's going to be a pretty good theme here. So what we want to do instead is focus on the deviations and the signals. We've got a contra candle setting up in the diamonds, which is coming near range high, so that's going to be pretty important. So keep an eye on that one. Also, the IWM is closing very, very weakly below the day's open, only 1.5%. As far as the domestic sectors, ETFs, you can see that we do have a bunch of volume bumps. Let's focus on the things that are moving. KRE, which has been very, very strong, is suffering a tough day. The OIH and the SMH are also notably weak. Also, the TAN, while very, very volatile, is having a tough session as well. We've got a downside CPS in the XHP, and that one does have some good movement here and is well below the day's open. Moving on to the commodities, we've got a contra candle brewing in the USO. This is coming near range low, so those are always interesting. The bonds are a little bit better to buy with an upside CPS indicated in the LQD and the AGG. Moving on to the foreign names, a little bit for sale here. We've got a contra candle setting up in the EWJ and also the EWU and the FXI that tracks China has a downside CPS. Moving on to the specials, SDS and QID have contra candles to the upside. The TBT does have a downside CPS, and that's starting to really move here. The TBT right now is down $1.48. So this has definitely been in motion. Keep an eye on this in the TLT for next week, because if we start to see a little bit of a backing off in the dollar strength, we could definitely see some good movement in those. All right, and here's a look at the individual bar counts for the major ETFs. A couple things to really be aware of. In the Comer countdown, we're getting pretty close on a couple of these. Spiders and the Qs are 12 up, working on that exhaustion signal that comes at 13 up. In the aggressive seeker, we're also very, very close in a number of them. So keep an eye on these, making an important top this coming week. You can also see here as we look down to some of the individual ETFs are also getting close. We've got 13 in place on the PPH, and only 1 day away from the countdown completion for the standard seeker. Right here in the excuse me, in the XLF, we're 12 days up. In the standard Comer, we're 13 up in the aggressive seeker. Also 13 bars up now in the XLV and 13 up in the aggressive seeker. Aggressive seeker is also 12 bars up here in the XLY. So we're getting very long in the tooth on a lot of these names. So I think we could be on the cusp of having a pretty nice down week next week, especially now that we've got the Alibaba IPO behind us. Just kind of thinking that could mark a high water mark for the market here for the short term. All right, folks. We have a good week next week. As always, thanks for listening. This has been Rich for tradesight.